Bourbon Barkeep. If you're new here, my name's Curtis. And if you're new here, you definitely are curious why there's lights behind me. That's because it's House Call Wednesday. House Call Wednesday, we have a blind battle pool. Do a little generator, little randomizer, tells me what battle to pick. We pour them and we score them, and then we figure out what they are. So we take out the labels, we take out technically age and proof to I mean, you kind of taste it sometimes. Sometimes I'm dead wrong. Where do we go from here? Yeah, like, subscribe. That's for you to do and hopefully for us to enjoy on the Bourbon Barkeep side. So I'm gonna swirl, see what we got here, and hope for the best. Both you and I guess, at this point. Ooh, bright and oaky? Is that allowed? A lot of cherry, a lot of grape, maybe like a mixed berry jelly, if you will. Nice baked apple. Kind of here for that right now. Kind of a big fan of this nose. I like that. All right, the swirl brought out new things. This is like you walk into the mall, if kids still do that. Maybe not kids, I guess adults, since this is a whiskey channel. And then you go to the food court and Cinnabon is just there. You're like, wow, I thought there was like a teriyaki place next door, but all I smell is Cinnabon. And you're kind of here for it? Yep, that's just a beautiful baked cinnamon roll, buttercream frosting. Here for that. Hopefully I'm here for the palate. Cheers. Ooh, a lot of cinnamon there. A lot of cinnamon. Cinnamon went a little too heavy on the cinnamon there. A lot of spice on the front, like a red hot, like a candied cinnamon, if you will, not the cinnamon bark. Very sweet. A lot of vanilla, a lot of caramel. That's nice. Finish is still going. Nice hug. Okay. You know, that first sip, whether it's first sip of the day or just first sip if you're going in for a blind pour, you really have no idea what to expect. Kind of here for that. A lot of sweetness and a nice cinnamon kick that lets you know it's here. Yeah, I can't give it a ton of complexity on the first sip. I don't get a ton of darkness, if you will. But let's see if sip 2 has anything new for us. Sip 2, delightful. I could see this being a nice spring summer pour because there's not a lot of darkness to it at all. Candy corn would be the predominant note after sip 2, which sounds like a fall sip when I say that out loud, but it just sticks to bright. If I had to guess, I would give this in like a 6 to 8 year range, just due to the brightness. I don't get a ton of oak on it, not in a bad way. Cherry, vanilla, caramel, and then definitely red hots still on the finish. So if you don't like a ton of cinnamon, I feel like this is still fine, because the candied cinnamon, that's not real cinnamons, right? That can't be natural. I digress. Glass B, yeah, that's where we go. Glass B. Aren't you happy that you subscribed and liked before any of this? I know, me too. Glass B on the nose. All right, that's an animal. My Lord, that's good. That's molasses, plum. Whew. That is gloriously dark. I love this nose. I couldn't imagine having this at not nighttime. This just makes me want to throw on like a leather trench coat and wait in the shadows for someone. After a swirl, it continues to open up, and boy, do I have an analogy for you. I will get to the tasting notes, and when I talk to I will get to that too, but the nose notes, this is like, track with me here. You're at Perkins, you're sitting in a booth, you're alone, it's raining, you have a nice cup of coffee next to you, you can smell it obviously. The waitress is like, hey, why are you in that trench coat? You're like, well, I used that analogy earlier, so I'm gonna keep it going. And then they just slide you a banana cream pie, and you're like, oh, not what I ordered, but that sounds delightful. And you're just sitting in that booth at Perkins. So I guess to sum that up, banana cream pie, coffee, a lot of pastry going on here, a lot of darkness. Let's see if this darkness goes in my soul. That's dumb. That's dumb and that's good. God, I love it. Oh, sweet mercy, it's so good. Okay, the molasses, where are we going? Oh, barrel char. A lot of barrel char starting to come out. Boy, I don't know what brought these together. They are not alike. They are not alike, and it's a different tier. I'll tell you that right now. Continues to go, not a long finish, not a long hug. It hangs around on the tongue delightfully. We have now progressed from like this banana buttered bread, this barrel char into like this leather and tobacco and brown sugar. And I just want to climb into the glass and be in the darkness. Oh boy, my grandma would be so disappointed how much I'm talking about the darkness, but sorry. Sip 2 got better. I'm fully into the darkness. It is like a waffle cone, and like you just close your eyes at this point. You could have any baked good in the world, and it's kind of that. It's like this dark chocolate pastry and banana bread with still the butter, a little bit of clove, but it's a lot more nutmeg. That's what I'm going for. Man, this is all right. I feel like we know where this is going to go. What we don't know, who it is. When I say we, myself, in the darkness, if we're going to keep going with that. So we also don't know price, availability. We'll talk through a couple of these things. I'm going to go revisit Glass A and see, like, are they just going to throw in the towel? They're like, no more, cut me, Mick, cut me. And we'll go from there. So stay tuned. All right, we sipped. It's time to score, and it's also time to find out. I don't take pleasure in what's about to happen, but it needs to happen. Glass A, let's speak highly of you because you weren't a bad pour at all. You were matched up against Mike Tyson, and I apologize because I do put these together. Once again, randomizer. I don't remember what I ate yesterday, so I'm not too worried about knowing what any of these are. Man, that is not great. Not great for Glass A. So before we dive into the scoring, we do have a Bourbon Barkeep scoring system to where we talk about just the senses. What was the experience in the glass? We don't know the label, we don't know proof, we don't know age, and we don't know price yet. So for the senses, Glass A, enjoyed it. I'm going to put it in the good stuff. Yeah, good stuff. We'll go 76. I think hung around on the tongue a bit, had a nice cinnamon to it. And the Cinnabon, both, was delightful. I love that stuff. Was it a little on the brighter side to where I'm like, give me a little complexity? Yeah, but it deserves the good stuff. Glass B. Whew, that was, I can't hold off any longer. I can't do it. The senses, it's a 90. It's upper tier fantastic. I want more of it. If I were to poke holes in it, and for my personal palate, I do enjoy a little bit more of a hug. So I think that proof is on the lower side, maybe like a 105 if I had to guess. But man, for the 105, if you told me it was that, I would be fine with that. I love what happens in my mouth, and I don't need to sweat every time I take a swallow of whiskey. Yeah, it's a large gap between the two for my personal preference. Now, bang for the buck. I got my Google Forms, and so I'll be looking down a couple times. All I'm gonna find out is price. So just relax for a second. Battle, 127, Class A, $100. Oh, God. Okay. Wouldn't pay 100. What did I say? Did I say 70? Is that right? Oh, man. That's not good. That's not good at all. Yeah. All right. Bang for the buck. That kind of includes two things. What's in the glass in terms of, do I feel like I got my now $100 worth? And would I go above it or would I go below it? And I'm going to go below it. So I didn't get my $100 worth. Even though it's in the middle of the good stuff, it's not 100. We'll be kind. We'll go just 50. I definitely wouldn't pay above. Tough to say that you got everything. All right, we regrouped. That's a shame. All right, Class B, we said 85. Boy, if that was flipped around, this would be a little more interesting. It's not. I would pay, what would I pay? If you told me that bottle was $125, I'd probably pay it. Am I gonna shoot myself in the foot for saying that? Maybe. So before we get to the reveal, Class B, I'm gonna go 85. I mean, it's really good. I don't know how to get kind of like even more excited to see what this is. 85 may be excessive, but you get the point. Reveal time to myself. Battle 127, Class A, Rebel 10 year at 100 proof. I feel like when I matched these together, I really was hoping for something a little more special to happen here, and I apologize for just absolutely running over Rebel. So for 10 years, I'm not going to change bang for the buck. That just does justify the $100 a little bit more. So a little hard on the price. That's kind of the hard part about doing the bang for the buck without knowing the years, because you're like, okay, I mean, $10 for a year. You're like, that's on par. Class B, Jack Daniel's 10 year at 97 proof. Okay, the low proof, I was off by 10-ish. I don't remember at this point. The note says donated by Max. If it's the Max that I'm thinking of, and I only know one, so unless there's a subscriber out there with Max and no last name, as Max from Kansas City Cigar Company, shout out. Dynamite cigars, fantastic roller, fantastic human. The only piece that I don't have in my notes is what batch this 10-year Jack Daniel's is. So I can't help you there, but what I would be curious of in the comments, if you could say, hey, I have batch 2, I have batch 3, I have batch 1, they're vastly different, or they're pretty similar, that may help some people out. All right, wrapping up, once again, thank you, Max, Kansas City Cigar Company. I think it's kccigarco.com if you were looking for them on Google. Once again, fantastic cigars. Kansas City Chiefs smoke them, so that should mean something if you're a Chiefs fan. We have the Bucks. Tampa hasn't had a cigar in a bit, so Baker's coming though. Like, subscribe. Thanks for watching and putting up with the rambles. Hopefully you can find some darkness for yourself. I mean that in a glass. So just be safe out there. I don't know. Bye.